Hello guys and welcome back to Happy Freak Friends. I'm Chris X and we are playing Fallout 76 and I'm here for a reason, to give you some advice as beginner tips for new players so they can make a fresh new start and a very good effort pretty easily in the beginning of the game. So focus, and I hope that you will find this video really helpful. First of all, in my opinion, is that you have to make the first camp in the Whitespring area. The reasons to make your camp near the Whitespring resort and generally the whole area are many, but I will explain them during this video. So, as a first tip, make your camp around this area. It's over here, it's very easy to see. And also, if you don't have any checkpoint to come directly from your vault, where you start from Vault 76, directly there, just check other player icons so you can try and fast travel as fast as possible near the Whitespring. Now, afterwards, you just check which place you would like the most. If it's already occupied, just load out your game and log back in. And until you will find this spot empty. So, rule number 1, come to Whitespring. Now, rule number 2 for beginners is that this area is fantastic for finding junk. First of all, you have a lot of golf balls which give you plastic and cork, which are not very easily to be found in the whole game. And also, except for that, you can go inside the Whitespring and you can loot the whole place around. It's full of ceramic. There are many things. We'll come there, of course, to show you what you have to do there, where you have to find all the junk. It's full of items that you will find very useful to scrap and start building your house. You will find much of steel, much of ceramic, much of wood, even sometimes nuclear material and ballistic fiber. It's random sometimes, but yeah, you have to visit the Whitespring resort inside. You have to just go inside there. The robots are friendly. You just have to loot everything that you find. Every junk is not considered as stealing, so just do that and scrap it. Rule number 3. There is a way to make tons of cups in the beginning of the game just by visiting the Whitespring resort. First of all, there are some places like this one that you find golf outfits like these, golf skirts, which in order to sell them they cost 25 caps each. So you just visit the Whitespring resort and this is the main entrance where you want to be. Just look at the map. It's from this side. You can just fast travel, of course, to White Resort and you spawn exactly here, exactly in front of the main entrance, and you can start looting from outside, and you can go afterwards inside. You can loot from places like this kind of buses. There are so many stuff full of glass. Sometimes they give you medics, they give you comms, they give you bobby pins. You just go inside. Don't forget to check all the trash cans, because sometimes you find pretty valuable stuff. And as soon as you will be in the front side of Whitespring Resort, you just go inside and you just have to go to this lower lobby where the shops are. This is the main entrance. Again, never forget to check the trash cans when you're looting stuff, and also don't forget about the items that you can just steal. Now I have stolen many in this area. So you just go down to the lobby and you turn your right, and this is a paradise of junk. You just collect everything that you find. You can keep them just to scrap them. There are cups sometimes inside the trash cans. But the most important is just start looting all these shops. All those are shops. Look, that's how much loot you can find. Look, and you can scrap, or you can just sell those things to the robots. I've actually made even 1000 camps in one pass from my from the Whitespring Resort. There's so many things to steal, so many things to loot, and the most important is that in the end of this corridor, in here, because sometimes you will get over encumbered and you notice that you cannot fast travel when you're over encumbered. This is the place that you want to be, since there is a trader. There are many places where you can scrap your items, like this. And if you're very heavy, there is also your stash box where you can leave your things without going back to your camp, and you just continue to loot this place. You can make tons of cups pretty easily. You can visit all the floors by going after the shops over here and going afterwards upstairs. There is a restaurant up there, there's a bar. You can loot everything that you find, everything from vases, ashtrays, hangers on the which can give you also much steel when you need it, all those trash cans. There are many beers and wine bottles that you can take as well. You can use them, you can also sell them. It's fantastic. The best place to loot without any hazard and sell those items or scrap them for material. Perfect place, just be here. Now, rule number 4. As soon as you will get your first camp, in my opinion, is very good option to make your first shop, your first vending machine. In order to do that, you will just have to go to the section vendors. Here, if you have unlocked some skins, you will find a couple of those, multiple. I haven't unlocked any skin, so I have the the original one. So the first thing that you want is to place this. It needs 3 electricity. So you place one of those, you connect it with one of these, and you have your first shop. And here you can put anything that you don't need. Of course, take into consideration that everything that you put inside those machines, they cost weight in your total weight, because this is a problem always in the game, that the total weight that you can leave is 1,200 pounds. But you can put there's an icon on the left of each item that is for sale, so you can just sell whatever you don't need. The most important, of course, to sell are those plans. Of course, if you haven't read the plan already, yeah, please go forward and read it. It's important to read it so you can know how to make some stuff. But things that you already know, because there is a known note next to a plan that you've already read, you can just put them for sale. You can also sell some items like apparel stuff, like uniforms, that may have a value. So very important, just place your first shop, light it up with a little bit of electricity, 3 to be precise, and start selling your stuff. Other players of the server will visit your place when they see it on the map, so they will buy your stuff if they are in a good price and if they are valuable. Another very important rule for you as new players, and generally for other players as well that they've played a lot this game, is never buy things from normal vendors, NPC vendors of the game. Just visit other player camps, and whenever you see on the map another player camps, it indicates what they're selling. For example, this guy here sells 2 legendary weapons with 1 star, 2 legendary weapons with 3 stars, drinks and ammo. For example, I'm selling already in my camp some armor pieces, which are mostly uniforms, some ammo, plants, many plants as well. So check those guys, check wherever you see on the map other player camps if you need something specific, and you have to go there and visit them. Most of the players sell those items in very good prices, which you will find much cheaper than local NPC vendors. So prefer to visit other players and buy ammo even for 1 cup a piece, even ammo that is not very easily to be found. Some players care about the rest of the guys, especially for new players, so they sell their stuff pretty cheap. Just go on and you will have ammo for days. Another tip for new players is how to make your first food and water, because obviously this is a survival game as well, and you will need water and food in order to survive. So first of all, you will have to find one of those plants so you can make your first water purifier. If you are in a water source nearby, if you have a water source nearby, you can place bigger purifiers. Unfortunately, I don't have, so I place those. They need 8 electricity, each of them. I just build those generators over there to power them up, and I have unlimited water every day. So this is a good thing to have some purifiers. And also, the most important food that you want is corn. Yeah, I know it sounds funny, but as soon as you collect corn, and also by building one of those, you will have dirty water. Of course, I don't have one, I don't have even space to build anything more, but as soon as you have one of those, or if you're next to a source of water, you can collect without bottles. It's not like Fallout 4, just collect as much dirty water as you want. And as soon as you will have enough dirty water, you can go to your cooking station, and you can, by cooking 2 dirty waters and a piece of wood, you can make boiled water. With this boiled water and some corn, you can make as many corn soups as you want. So the most important food, in my opinion, in Fallout 4 is to find some corn, place it in your garden, in your camp, and you will have unlimited food to help you survive in the game. And of course, by having a water purifier, you will have purified water, so there's no need to buy things like that, like food and water. Of course, later on you will find many different kind of recipes and food, but the most important to start with is some corn. In my opinion, the easiest way, because the first mission is over here, in the Wayward. This is where the game leads you. So as soon as you will be in the Wayward, on the left side of the main building, you will find a small cornfield, so collect all that corn and place it in your camp so you can have corn for days, and find, if you can, there is also water resources here in this area. In Whitespring there are some lakes. You can make your camp next to a lake, or you can just build your first water pump and you can take dirty water from there. And voila! You have corn soup for days. Another thing that many players in the beginning never notice, because the game doesn't indicate anything like that, is the scoreboard and the daily missions. So as soon as you are on the main menu, you just press the right button and you see your achievements, which you have to take. There are daily, which give you score points. There are weekly, which give you also score points. Very important to get score points. And also there are other things like the main character, the survival, just by killing stuff, by creating, for example, steam packs and stuff, while you are on a team, while you're not on a team, also combat, social, and world. All these give you atoms, so you can use them in Atomic Shop. And those, the daily and the weekly, give you score points, so you can visit afterwards your scoreboard and unlock very important stuff. For example, packs of junk, or paints for weapons, or even caps, or even more atoms to use them in the Atomic Shop. So make sure that you will check your daily challenges, and not only your daily challenges, generally whatever it is over here in this menu. Try to unlock them, of course. Don't make the game around this, because you won't enjoy it. Just try a few of them, and whenever the time comes, you will accomplish most of them pretty easily without even noticing. So scoreboard is important, not very important, not utmost important, but is also sometimes really important because it gives you things that will help you continue further into the game. Another useful tip for new players is how to make a backpack. Of course, it's not the easiest thing, because the first backpacks are nothing special, but at least you can start by making your first backpack. What you need to do is to visit the Camp Adams location, is over here, and you can start making the challenges of the scouts and the possum which will give you the mission, the Order of the Tadpole. In this mission you will have to complete a few main stuff, main orders, and also the most important are the Scout World Challenge badges. Of course, without completing this, you can get your first backpack, which you can craft in any armor table, like this. You unlock your first backpack, which are here. You can make, of course, in the beginning just a small backpack according to your level. It gives you carry weight, depending again on your level. If you want to proceed to better backpacks and to unlock the larger ones, you just have to complete the challenges from the world section, the Tadpole. Because one of the missions in order to proceed into this side mission is to complete 3 tadpoles. It's not that easy, it's not easy at all in my opinion, but if you have the patience, just do it so you can unlock better backpacks. If you don't care, just start the mission and you will get your first backpack easily. You will not get, of course, the actual thing of backpack, you will have to craft it. That is not so difficult. As I mentioned, you can craft according to your level your first backpack with cheap material, cloth, leather and steel. That's it. Just make your first backpack, it gives you additional space when you travel, very important because you have to carry many things, many different stuff like cams, like steam packs because they cost a lot of weight, water, food, of course your armor and weapons. So if you don't want to be all the time over encumbered, just try to make the first mission and you will have your first backpack. And afterwards you can give skins like this Corvega, this beautiful skin here. You can buy skins from Atomic Shop, or you can just use the main backpack. Doesn't matter. It's only decoration. Now, another very important thing that you will have to know in the beginning is about the legendary armor pieces and weapons. For example, I have here a few weapons that they have 3 stars, which are the ultimate legendary level that you can have a weapon, or you can have even 1 star, or even 2 stars, like these. If you find something, a legendary armor or weapon that you don't want, you don't need, you don't care, it's better not to sell it. You just have to visit one of those places that they have this icon. There are many around the world. There's one over here, very close to the Whitespring, one over here in the Berkeley Springs, and generally you can find one of those in every area. As soon as you will visit one of those places, like the Whitespring station for example, you will just have to visit a very specific machine. Is this legendary exchange machine? And I see there are some super mutants somewhere around. Oh yeah, they're over there. Okay, it doesn't matter. You just visit the legendary exchange machine, and whatever you don't need, you just give it here. For example, if I wanted to give that 3-star Gatling plasma that I have here, I would get 40 scripts. Those are very important, and I will explain you why. For example, if I wanted to give this Tesla rifle, it would give me also 40. If you want to give a 1-level item, it will give you, of course, 3 or 5 or something like that. Not so many, but it's important to collect some of those scripts. So you don't destroy the legendary weapons and armors, you don't sell them to vendors, you just exchange them in this legendary exchange machine. And of course we have some visitors nearby. In every station, of course, there is a vendor as well, where you can sell other stuff if you are over encumbered, and there is also a box, a stash for your camp, to send some things or to bring some things back that you probably forgot to take with you. So if you forgot to get some legendaries, you can just go in your stash, you can bring those legendaries and you can use them in this machine over there, the legendary exchange. And we started a fight here, I see. Just close the door. Other things that you want to sell that they're not legendary, you come to the vendor and you give them here. And as soon as you will have enough scripts, legendary scripts, you just have to visit one specific place, which is the Rusty Peak. It's over there. Let me show you better the area. is this building here, the Rusty Peak. So we just go to this location, and as soon as you will be in this location, you will see a bar over there. Again, let me show you where this area is. It's over here, the Rusty Peak. So you see the bar, so you just have to get to the red door, the Rusty Peak bar. As you will be inside, you will notice that there is a mole miner here, the Purveyor Murm. I don't know if I pronounced this correctly, but this is his name. And also there is a legendary exchange machine, if again you haven't exchanged your legendaries soon enough, and your stats box, of course. Very important to bring those from home. So if you want, you can either visit one of those stations that as I mentioned, you can just come directly to the Rusty Peak, because here you can trade those scripts for weapons and armors, always legendary. Of course, some of them are really expensive. For example, if you want a legendary melee or a legendary ranged weapon, you will have to give 100 scripts. I don't have those. I don't have enough because I've already given them. You can buy legendary armors for 3 stars. It's very, very expensive, but sometimes it's very useful because it's totally random. It can give you anything from a simple gun to a cannonball weapon, for example, or to a Gatling plasma. It's very, very, very random. So you just have to be lucky. Of course, it's worth a try. I wouldn't recommend giving your scripts for 1-star legendaries or for 2-star legendaries unless you don't have enough. I don't know if you want to try them. I would advise to give always the 3-star legendaries. And if you're using melee or ranged, you have the option to choose. But very important, visit the Purveyor Murg as soon as possible, else you will have at least 100 of those scripts, so you can get a good weapon. For example, I got this Executioner plasma, Gatling plasma, from one of those boxes. I was pretty lucky. Maybe you will be lucky as well. So please, as I mentioned before, don't throw or don't sell your legendary stuff. Exchange them for those in those legendary exchange machines and sell them to the Purveyor for many, many new legendary stuff that might be useful. Last but not least is another tip that will help you a lot continue collecting things, because as soon as you will have your junk in your inventory, you will have obviously to scrap them. By doing this, you just scrap all your junk before putting them inside your stash box. But this is not the most important. Of course, it's very important to scrap those. So let's say that I have some junk here that I just scrapped. I just put them inside and they cost a lot of weight, a lot of pounds. So what you have to do is to build one of those tinker workbenches, and except for just scrapping those junk, you will have to bulk them. For that you will need a lot of plastic, because each bulk of junk costs 2 plastic, but as I told you, you are in Whitespring, and especially you are in Whitespring golf fields, so you just collect all those golf balls. So many golf balls around. You just go to every area of the Whitespring and you collect golf balls. So you have those golf balls, you go to your to scrap them. You get plastic and cork, as you see, just from 4 golf balls. I took 4 cork and 4 plastic, and after I go to the tinker's workbench and I bulk those items. I bulk adhesive, I bulk aluminum, I bulk cork, I bulk fertilizer. So after bulking all of those, you just go to your stash box again, you drop them there, and you gain back some of this weight that you've just lost because of just scrapping the items. So very important, scrap the items, generally the junk, and after bulk them in one of those benches, and only then put them back to your stash box. You will have a lot of space. Believe me, it's very important. I've already bulked a lot of items, as you can see here. There, bulk already 22 acids, which each of them give 15 acid, adhesive, which each of them give 10 adhesive, etc, etc. I bulk all those things so I can always have space in my stash box, and also always to have items so I can craft or repair things. Very important to have always material, because sometimes you get short and maybe you will destroy your armor, I don't know, your weapons, generally even your own camp, because sometimes it will be attacked, so you always need materials to repair things, and of course also craft new things. And now I will give you two more extra tips that in my opinion they're not the most important tips. I will not even include them in the top 10, but I will just mention them. So first of those two is that before you go back to the action, you just want a bed, and you have to rest for some time, and it will give you a buff, like an experience bonus. As you will get the indicator that you are well rested, just get off the bed and check your stats to see that you have a well rested 2-hour XP, 5% XP bonus. And also, if you like, you can use also one of the instruments that you have, and it will give you the well tuned bonus. Of course, in my opinion, it's not that important if you're not in a hurry to level up, but since it's there, you can always use it. And another additional tip that is not one of the most important, but one of the most beautiful, I could say, is not to scrap beautiful junk. For example, you can make some display cases like this, and you can place the junk that you like. For example, those bears. Or if you will find those models of robots. Or you can also place some colas, some Nuka-Colas, or even this Ultrasight, or some of those Mr. Fuzzy dolls, and generally whatever you think that it's beautiful. Because in the Fallout 4 game you could only place your bobbleheads and your magazines, but now you can place also those stuff. So it's nice as decoration for your house. Not important, nothing core, but it's also beautiful to have a few of those dolls and those teddy bears. So that's it for the most important tips for new Fallout 76 gamers, because I would really appreciate in the beginning when I started this game for all those things to know them, because I was spending money by getting ammo, for example, for random NPC vendors, and I was giving a lot of money without reason, or by knowing that I had to bulk my junk because I was throwing much junk that was taking place into the weight, this very limited, to be honest, limit of weight, but because I didn't know that I had to bulk them, I was just dropping it. So very important stuff. I hope that you found this video helpful, and if you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content. I don't play only this game, obviously. You can check other videos from other games as well. So thank you guys very much for watching, and as always, I was Chris X, and I'll see you all next. Goodbye.